See now, just take that right foot across. He could have pinned Bivol into that neutral corner. That right hand. You see there, just...
In a sport filled with trash talk, money, and ego, one man quietly carved his legacy blow by blow. No drama, no flash, just pure skill and dominance. This is the story of Dmitry Bivol, boxing's silent assassin. Dmitry Bivol was born in Kyrgyzstan in 1990 to a Moldovan father and Korean mother, and raised in a family that valued discipline and hard work. Bivol started boxing at the age of 6, showing flashes of brilliance early on. After dominating as an amateur, winning multiple national tournaments and compiling a record of 268 wins and just 15 losses, Bivol turned pro in 2014, and from day one, he wasn't here to play. In his pro debut, Bivol made a statement. He faced Jorge Oliveira and dominated with surgical precision. Bivol's jab was sharp, his footwork was calm, and the power was evident. He went on to stop Oliveira in the 6th round, earning his first professional victory in style. After his debut, Bivol didn't waste time. He stayed active, racking up wins with frightening consistency, and by his 7th pro fight, he was already fighting for the WBA interim light heavyweight title against Felix Valera. Valera was an undefeated power puncher who knocked out all of his opponents before Bivol, but when the fight started, Bivol neutralized him completely, dropping him twice and cruising to a wide unanimous decision. Then came a string of statement wins. Bivol went on to stop Trent Broadhurst with a single right hand in the 1st round, then dominated veterans like Sullivan Barrera and Isaac Chilemba, fighters known for being tough and durable. But against Bivol, they looked ordinary. By 2021, Bivol had become the WBA super champion at 175 pounds and was considered one of the top guys in a deep division. But critics said he was too safe, not marketable, or not taking enough risks. That all changed when he accepted the biggest challenge of his life against Canelo Alvarez, who was already a 4-weight world champion and was moving up again, looking to capture Bivol's WBA title. Most believed Canelo pressure and power would overwhelm Bivol, but on May 7, 2022, Dmitry Bivol flipped the script. In front of a sold-out crowd in Las Vegas, Bivol put on a masterclass. His jab disrupted Canelo rhythm, his movement kept him off balance, and his combinations was sharp and precise. While Canelo swung heavy, Bivol stayed composed, outlanding and outclassing him in nearly every round. By the end of the fight, the result was undeniable. Bivol had just handed Canelo his 2nd professional loss, something only Floyd Mayweather had done before. The boxing world was stunned. The quiet technician just silenced the king. Since that historic night, Bivol has been laser-focused on one thing: being undisputed. With an undefeated record and the WBA belt still around his waist, his eyes were locked in on one man, Artur Beterbiev, the WBC, IBF, and WBO champion. They were on a collision course, and this fight was years in the making. 2 unbeaten champions, 2 polar opposites, one known for his destruction and the other for his precision. Beterbiev walked into the ring that night with a perfect record, 20 wins, with all of them by knockout. No man had heard the final bell against the Russian powerhouse. Every fighter that dared to share the ring with him fell. And on that historic night in Riyadh,
give me opponents and I beat them, right?
Yeah, there you go. So we're friendly.
We do good business.
Yeah.
Inshallah, continue.
the world finally got what it had been waiting for: Beterbiev versus Bivol, for the undisputed light heavyweight championship of the world. The opening bell rang, and from the very start, the contrast in styles was crystal clear. Bivol was surgical, staying on the outside, peppering Beterbiev with clean jabs and combinations. Beterbiev, unfazed, kept pressing forward, waiting for his moment to land. As the rounds wore on, Beterbiev found his moments, thudding body shots, explosive right hands. But Bivol never crumbled. He rolled with the punches, stuck to the game plan, and kept landing clean, eye-catching shots. It became a chess match laced with violence, two elite fighters refusing to give an inch. By the final bell, the war was done. No knockout, no collapse, just two warriors who gave it their all and still stood tall. Some had it for Bivol for his ring generalship and cleaner shots. Others had Beterbiev for his power and aggression. After that fight, both fighters felt that they won and promised to make the rematch happen. The first battle ended in controversy. Two undefeated champions went to war, and Beterbiev escaped with a razor-thin victory. But after months of negotiations, the rematch was signed.
The arms, the shoulders, they really take their time. Authority, clamping, shots from Beterbiev. This tempo.
Same weight class, same belts, same stakes. Only this time, it was personal. Both men trained like it was life or death. And when the lights came back on in Riyadh, the world was watching again. From the opening round, it was clear this was a different Dmitry Bivol. Bivol didn't allow Beterbiev to pressure and close the distance in the mid-rounds like he did in their first fight. This time, Bivol made the ring his playground. Bivol came in with a tighter game plan, more lateral movement to avoid being cut off, faster exits after combinations, and most importantly, he punished Beterbiev for every mistake. Whenever Beterbiev tried to pressure, Bivol tagged him with stiff jabs, quick counters, and perfectly timed straight rights. He pivoted out of the corners, kept the center of the ring, and never stayed in one spot long enough to be caught. But this was still Artur Beterbiev, one of the most dangerous men in boxing. He had moments. In round 6, he landed a huge overhand right that seemed to briefly stun Bivol.
Shot from Beterbiev. Bivol holding his feet though. Big right hand there from Bivol as Beterbiev comes forward, but it doesn't deter him.
And in round 9, he went to the body with savage intent, hoping to wear Bivol down. But unlike the first fight, Bivol never broke rhythm. The final rounds were a masterclass. Bivol's footwork was flawless. He landed clean, effective punches and made Beterbiev miss more than ever before. The pace, the precision, it all pointed to one man. After 12 tactical, brilliant rounds, the judges made it official. Shows video of announcer reading judges' scorecards. He was now the unified light heavyweight champion, the king of the division. And this time, there was no controversy. With the series tied at 1-1, boxing fans got exactly what they hoped for a trilogy. One win for Beterbiev, one for Bivol. And now, both men have agreed to settle the score once and for all in their home country, Russia, where it all began. Two champions, one legacy. No more decisions, just war. Bivol versus Beterbiev 3 is coming, and it might be the greatest light heavyweight trilogy of this generation. Who do you think wins the trilogy? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more boxing stories.